Masciari.
Stop adding extra letters, bro. I know we're from the South.
Masciari. All right.
If you say Maserati, I'll be happy.
Damn, Maserati.
And it's the Big Hammock Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Shear, along with co-host Travis Cecil, our soundboard operator, visual editor, Malcolm Sear, in the studio. Once again, we have another fun one tonight. Personally excited about this one. I enjoyed this movie. Before we get into that, we're coming to you via YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. We're asking everyone, please subscribe to our channel, whatever platform you like, and subscribe, like, share, comment, and give us that support we're looking for. And, of course, we cannot forget our backstory, where we came from, and that is that we started this podcast promoting our film. It's a Bigfoot movie, The Big Hammock. $0 budget, 100% local to Ocala, hence the name Big Hammock. That's what it means in the Native American language, the Big Hammock. You can still purchase our DVDs, Blu-rays, digital copies at thebighammock.com. That's one word, thebighammock.com. And now, tonight is the one that we're excited about, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because we have, we have our director coming on the podcast. And that is that's what we're going for in the future, is interviewing independent film directors.
Is that a foreshadow? You calling him our director? Does that mean we're gonna?
Did I say that?
Yeah, we're gonna.
It depends on how this interview goes.
I like the foreshadow. We might be a part of a legit movie.
I need to slow my roll here. I'm moving too fast. So, this director's name is Daniel Masciari. And he wrote and directed this film. It's called Stationed at Home. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah. I'm excited to talk to him about it. I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. We haven't really talked about it together.
Not at all.
So we're going to talk about it here all in front of everybody. And what we're going to do is our normal format where we're going to watch this trailer with our viewers and show it to our viewers. We'll take a quick break while that's going on. And then when we get done with the trailer, we'll have Daniel on the show. So
looking forward to it.
Let's go ahead and watch it. Without further ado, here you go.
The exact time that the International Space Station will be flying over our humble little town is 5:47 this morning. That's 5:47 a.m. And on Christmas, no less.
Just a coffee and a scratch-off. Oh. That should be it.
You the cab driver?
Now you come with us. We need you on Mars.
Ralph?
We'll get you home by 5, you filthy dog.
You think a tiny little human went all the way to the moon? What?
I'm Jack.
Probably some kind of serial killer. Is Ralph still driving? You can tell him it's Harry.
71. We're going to need you for one more.
You sure it's the last one?
When I give my word, I keep it. Usually. If he thinks he can make you work like a dog, you gotta have a trick. Ralph! What am I smelling? What the hell is this cab? Help me here. Ralph's different. Is that a cop? I think that's a cop. Step on it, Ralph! Hey, dog.
You here for the night or something?
Yes, one night.
Just a reminder that the International Space Station will be flying overhead at 5:47 this morning. That's 5:47 a.m.
Before I go, you never know. Ralph was lucky.
Who's Ralph?
He's a cab driver. Merry Christmas.
She'll see it too. I know it.
And we're back. And first, I want to bring Daniel on the show. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Daniel, I really want to compliment how much I enjoyed your movie. We're here in Florida. I've lived here since I was 11 years old. From Ohio, 1998 is when I moved here. Ironically, that's when your movie is the timeline of your movie is 1998. And I got to tell you, that's probably what I most enjoyed about the film was that it was a 90s film. I mean, I've said it before. We're always seeing, movies from the 50s. You got Back to the Future. You got, any era, 60s, 70s. You got the Titanic goes back to 1912. But there's never any 90s movies when you think about it. Right? You got Forrest Gump that goes through all his childhood and all that kind of stuff. And Daniel, you brought out the 90s, and I just absolutely loved how you pulled it off. And we're going to talk more about that. But first and foremost, I want to talk about the reason why you chose to go black and white. And the reason why I want to ask you that question, there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, our show's in black and white, and we'll just go ahead and pull the cat out of the bag. The reason why the show's in black and white is because we got 4 different cameras with 3 different lenses.
No, it's artistic. It's an artistic call. It's an artistic call, bro.
So don't believe Malcolm's nonsense.
Man, he just broke the contract. It's an artistic call. That's why we do it, bro.
But
Mike Tyson did it. Why can't we?
We're also big, and I'm sure you are as well, Daniel. We're big Kevin Smith fans, and obviously we know Clerks. And I was talking with Travis the other day, and I want to kind of argue with you. I don't even know why I'm arguing with Travis, the film guru.
Not with movie
but
knowledge.
Travis says that Kevin Smith went with the black and white in Clerks because of the lighting. Now I argue that Kevin Smith went black and white in Clerks because that was all they could afford at the time.
Film is film, bro.
And the lighting was an issue, but they solved that by closing the shutters. And because that wasn't even part of the original script, they added that to the script.
And I heard something different.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard Kevin Smith say on one of his podcasts that it was because he couldn't get the coloring the way he wanted to.
Yeah, because the lighting from the overhead lighting inside of a gas station, it left like a green hue. Who wants to see that? You ain't gonna match that color.
Enough about Kevin Smith. Daniel, why did you decide to go black and white?
I wish I could say it was the budget because it was a small budget. We I always imagined the film in black and white, even when I got the initial idea, and I think it's largely because of the music I was listening to when I got the idea for the movie. I was listening to the song "Dusk" by Duke Ellington.
Okay,
and I was on a bus traveling from New York to Ithaca, and we stopped in Binghamton. And there was something about seeing the city of Binghamton in black and white in my mind while listening to this music. It all just sort of felt right. And also the characters, I think the faces and the gestures of the characters just really, I don't know, it like takes away like a level of information. And I think the audience can sort of dive into their own imagination a bit more in black and white.
Oh, yeah. No, it definitely brings an extra character to the scene. I mean, it really complemented everything that way.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like the black and white didn't throw me off at all. I think that it fit for what you did there.
Oh, it draws you into the story.
Yeah, absolutely. The shots, the long shots that it took to set up each scene drew me in. I can't even describe. I did talk about this one thing about our movie. I wish that we would have done more of that in our movie. But Daniel, the movie is surrounded by Ralph, who's a taxi driver, and I kind of describe him as a monotone Ben Stein personality. For dry red eyes have clear eyes. Wow. But do you want to tell our listeners a little bit more about the storyline of the film?
Yeah, sure. The so it's about a Station at Home's about a cab driver in 1998, as you point out, and it's about this cab driver who has this love of space. He shares this love of space with his late mother, and he's waiting to see the first pass of the International Space Station. It's like a very simple goal, and he gets essentially entangled with these misfits that, as passengers that take him on this very unwanted, unexpected adventure throughout Binghamton. So it's really about kind of finding strangers to be friends and kind of finding the meaning of home, I guess, in the world, hence the name Stationed at Home. But it's it's a simple film in my mind, and a film about strangers in a way.
Yeah. So when the film itself, I did want to ask this question. Again, back in '98, to me that is a foundational timeline for me, because again, that's when I moved from Ohio to Florida, and the way that you pulled that film off, Daniel, was if I went back to 1998 in my town in Ohio. I mean, when I tell you this, I grew up in a single wide trailer like the beginning of the movie. I remember shoveling snow off the driveway, scraping the windshields, riding in vehicles with the heat acting the way it was. I think all of our, I don't know how old you are, Daniel, but, our parents all had that alarm clock. We all had the TV. You really dialed it in as if it was just we were stuck in 1998. And I most recently took Malcolm and Travis to my hometown this past year. And I think that they would agree with me here right now. Watching that film, that town is still like Morgan County, Ohio is today.
For sure.
So I do want to ask you, Daniel, where did you do the filming for this movie?
Yeah, so we shot. I love hearing all that, by the way. This is so excited to talk to you guys. We actually shot this in Binghamton, where the film is set. Okay. Yeah, so we shot everything in the city that inspired the film, and so everything was shot in the city of Binghamton.
So I got a question for you too. Like, as far as the set dressing goes, like, how did you get all of the stuff that gave you that time period? As far as
I absolutely wanted to ask that question. The cash registers,
right?
You had all these different places that you went and did a money transaction, and each one of them had a '90s era cash register that was different.
Right.
They were different from at each store location. So and then you've got the van, the TVs, the alarm clocks. Where did you get those movie props?
So I have to give a lot of credit to our production designer, Molly Longwell. She was totally just embedded in finding all of this stuff. And it was a team effort. Me, Jackson, who's our cinematographer, we just really prepared this film to a T, and that went along also with the props. And so, and Nate Hoffman was our props master. He was so meticulous. He's like, no, that's 1999, not 1998. So
wow, perfect.
The right one.
Nice.
So we had, I thought I was anal retentive before shooting this. The people I worked with are arguably even more anal retentive. We really just had a blast sinking into that reality of that time. That said, though, Binghamton is a city that I always say it doesn't feel abandoned, but it feels a bit forgotten, a bit stuck in time.
Morgan County, Ohio. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. No. I think it's a common thread in many places where 1998 Binghamton might feel kind of like 1950 somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was it always had to be Binghamton, and going back to the props and everything that's in it. It really wasn't that hard to find the stuff because there's thrift stores nearby. There's, just a lot of old things around the area. And I also had some of that stuff. So that alarm clock in one of the shots, I think, is mine. I might be right. That's the one I use.
Very
and
cool.
Even that Ralph's sort of hutch that he brings into his into his trailer. Like I own that. That's what I use next to my
Oh,
bed.
wow.
So basically, I mean, I'm still kind of living with this film because I've been working on it for like 7 years. So my car is just jam packed with props. I'm like, I don't know where to put this stuff.
I was going to ask that question too, as far as how long it took. So 7 years it took this film to put into fruition.
Well, up until this day, like this day we're speaking, right now. So the actual filming and editing and the actual production of like making the movie only took about, I don't know, a year and a half. But I had to, there was a lot of prep, pre-production and like, because again, we were shooting in a location where films just aren't really made. So one cool thing about the history of our film is we established with the people in Binghamton, the Binghamton Film Office. And so what was really sweet about that, they could find us locations we didn't know where to look. So it was a real community effort. And I think it was worth it because the collaboration between a production and a community that is excited to see films being made there was a real treat to be a part of. So yeah, it took some time, but it was, still worth it.
We can definitely relate to that. So, and I wanted to also talk about, there was a part in the movie where they were in the restaurant and this snowstorm came in, and I'm watching that snow come down, and I'm like, holy crap. So I have to ask you, was that a real snowstorm? I'd imagine it was, being an independent film. But was it planned that way? And did you get trapped in the restaurant for a little bit?
Okay, first off, I'm so happy you brought that up because that was one of the most magical moments shooting because, when wind or, natural elements work in your favor, not just for one shot, but I mean, keep in mind, we had to shoot 4 different angles for that scene and it kept coming down. Now, I will say, I'm not sure it was exactly snowing, but it was like snow coming off buildings. It was wind taking sorry, I'm getting super literal about it, but basically, but still, like we couldn't predict that wind and that, so, and yes, we were stuck in there later in the night because it did start blizzarding. And so it was a very, very cold shoot. I think one night it was like -15 Fahrenheit. And so we had to,
was the storm,
hold up.
Was the storm in that instance, was that part of the script?
No, it was just sheer. It was sheer.
Awesome.
It was
You
sheer
can't plan.
luck.
You can't plan that.
Awesome.
I mean, you could plan that,
know.
but it would be hard
And it
to
worked so
pull
well.
off. Yeah, absolutely, it did.
And what I love about that too is it's like when Ralph's looking out the window as well, it sort of creates this, question, is it going to be a clear night? Right. And it was like, it's one of those moments you can't predict, but you sort of just allow the film gods to grace you when they choose to. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Actors that you had in your film, have they had experience prior to this, or what was their skill set when they came on the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'm just super happy about is literally everyone that has seen this film, one of the first things they talk about is the performances. And to me, that's a huge thrill because, one, I always say, you got to cast the people that couldn't be replaced by someone else. Like if they were replaced, you always be thinking about that person. Yep. So for me, it was super important to get not only the right people for the roles, but the people that I couldn't imagine anyone else playing. And so these actors actually, I wrote for 75% of them. So I wrote them into the film, and they actually all studied at the Meisner Technique Studio, the Actors Workshop of Ithaca. Not all of them, but many of them in the film. And so it was a real, so they have a lot of experience in theater and some other films that, have been made. But generally, these are actors that I was just so inspired by. They were like my muses. So when I was writing, I couldn't get them out of my head. So it was it was truly like an existential process making this film. There was no casting director. It was just me writing for
Oh
them.
wow!
And
Nice.
I enjoyed watching the dialogue between all of them on camera. One of my favorite parts in the scene, and by the way, great comedy in the show. There's so many that I can't even mention them all on the podcast. But my favorite scene, as far as comedy goes, was when they started talking about the moon landing conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I laughed out loud. And so I wanted to ask this, how much of that was ad-libbed or changed on the moment, changed in the moment, any of it at all? Did they stick to the script for most of it? What did that look like on the shot?
Well, great. Yeah, great thing to bring up, because that night was our first night, I think, of shooting. And
wow.
so the actor, so to be able to sink into a moment like that with them was just a lot. It was fun to start the shoot with something funny. It was actually our AD or our producer, Matt Fleck, who he was like, let's start on something like really just insane, denying the moon landing. I mean, I don't know what you guys believe, but I think it happened.
Well, here's what I was thinking. No, I mean, I'd laughing, but I really got deep.
I think the Katy Perry thing was fake.
I
don't think she went to the moon.
I got deep into that because the way that he just responded to that, I loved it. But I was thinking to myself, back in 1998, there were definitely moon landing conspiracies, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Here's
I don't think.
How'd the camera get there before he walked off?
I don't.
Come on now.
I don't think that the moon landing conspiracy was as big in 1998 as it is now.
Oh, I got my tinfoil hat on.
All I'm saying is I think there's a lot more people that side that it was a conspiracy. Whereas in 1998, people were still walking around with moon rocks, if you remember, right? So,
well,
but
depends on what kind of moon rock they had in their pocket.
But it's funny because, again, even in that argument, I was thinking about 1998. What the topic and thought was, what the general thought was of the moon landing. So it was funny. I enjoyed it.
So I got
to give credit. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead.
I just got to give credit to Peter Foster Morris and Daryl Johnson, who just crushed that dialogue. They're really they were just such great people to work with. They're just terrific actors. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys.
Yeah. I do got a technical question for you. What did you shoot the film on, as far as camera wise?
Yeah, so most of the movie was shot on a Sony Vericam LT.
Oh, nice.
So it was. And we really wanted a camera that would do well, not just in low light, but also have kind of a softness to it. And so basically, I mean, there are some shots in the film where we didn't even have to light it. It was just street light, essentially. Like when the guys are walking around town, maybe one of those shots we did a little bit of lighting, but not really. It was just, the good thing about winter too, if you have snow, it kind of reflects the light in a nice way. So it's we definitely we're happy to shoot on that camera. And then there's some other shots in the film where we use our cinematographer's camera, his Alexa Mini, for a couple of shots. But generally, and again, we had some leeway because it's black and white. So
yeah,
it kind of made it easier to grade and make them look consistent.
Oh yeah, so. Definitely with the Sony, because if you're getting a softer look, man, you can really lean in that with the Alexa. So
yeah, totally.
Now, does the cameras give you a hard time in that cold?
No, actually, it was surprisingly fine. I mean, we had to make sure we had many batteries on deck, right. But we always made sure we had a tent where we could, keep equipment as warm as possible with like heating equipment in those tents. So,
because that was
if we were shooting out, yeah.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if we didn't have access to, a building or, some of those night shoots outside, we were just kind of out there. So those tents were just really important.
Yeah, because
So.
the batteries don't last as long in that cold like that, right?
Yeah, no, when it's that cold, you got to be really prepared. To make sure you got batteries on deck for sure.
But it does help that the cameras don't overheat, right?
The cameras. Oh, like does this if we shot in warm weather or something?
Right.
I mean, I actually don't know. I haven't used this camera in anything but the cold, but I think it probably is better in warmer weather than the cold when it comes down to like battery life.
Oh, battery life, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because that was like one of my biggest problems when we was filming Todd. Like I was going in from AC to coming out in the middle of summer, like heat building down, and my camera and my lenses would fog up, and then
right. Well, that's why
we had to stop shooting, and every once in a while, Red would overheat.
Well, that's why from what you experienced on Todd, that's why I went with the Micro Four Thirds.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was gonna be out in the middle of the woods in the summertime, and I'm like, man, I don't want it overheating on me, and then I gotta wait an hour and a half, 2 hours for it to cool down. So I went with the Micro Four Thirds because they don't really overheat. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Moment of silence, I guess.
Well, I thought it sounded like it cut out. But I do have another question. Sorry, Zach.
No, go ahead.
I know you're the host, but I got questions for days.
This is what he gets for leaving us on the bench.
when old boy was getting all the snow off his car, like how many takes did that take, and did y'all have to just keep putting snow on top of it?
Yeah. Actually. No,
how many times did they have to do this?
Oh my God. Yeah. Shoveling snow was just a job on that set. It was just shoveling snow. That, memory serves, I think we did that maybe twice. Cause I think there were two angles. I think we had that high angle and then just the more centered shot. We're just on a tripod, but I think it was 2 takes if I had to guess. Right. So we probably had to reset it once.
What'd y'all record the sound with? Do you know? Do you have a sound guy? You didn't even worry about it.
I didn't worry about that. Yeah, we worked with a really good sound person from Buffalo, Ian Orlando. I forget the equipment he was using exactly, but it was just, it was boom. And, one thing we actually made sure of though was any opportunity we had to record some ambient sound with, not a shotgun mic, but, a microphone that could pick up ambience a bit more. We'd take those opportunities because we wanted to get as many natural sounds from Binghamton as possible.
Did you have to do a lot of ADR?
Yeah. Not much. I think if memory serves, again, like so much of this is a blur. That's why it's kind of fun to talk about the past because it's like it reminds me of that I have a memory. But basically, I think we maybe like 8 lines were ADR'd in total.
Okay.
And often it was a line that I just wanted a different intonation, or was a line that kind of helped clarify something. But for the most part, we were very delicate with it. Luckily, it was never for a technical reason because it was recorded so beautifully. Nice. And when I was editing, so it made it, when I was editing the film, it was just such a joy because I never had to not use a take because of the quality of the sound. It was always just a choice of what kind of a delivery I wanted. So
sweet. Okay. Well, that's all my technical questions.
Travis, did you have any questions for him?
No, I'm still thinking up a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where can our listeners find Stationed at Home, Daniel?
So on November 11th, Stationed at Home will be released across North America, and you can watch it on Apple TV, Prime, Fandango, and and I hope audience members will put it on Rotten Tomatoes as well. My producer Eliza was like, you must mention Rotten Tomatoes because that's a huge help for indies these days. So November 11th, everyone's got to watch Stationed at Home, get into that black and white world, and get out of color for a sec.
All right, audience, you heard them first. You better, as soon as you watch it on November 11th, head straight to Rotten Tomatoes. We want to see those audience scores go up.
And I just want to say to our listeners, I've been in this independent film nowhere near as long as Travis and Malcolm have. I mean, they've been around a while to the point where I don't get too excited about very many of them sometimes. Sometimes a lot of these independent films are cringy and just like, man, this sound sucks and what are they thinking?
Yeah.
This movie was done very well, listeners. This is something that you'll enjoy. Again, if anybody, I have to feel like I'm not the only one that wants a movie shot from the 90s era. Right?
Man, it made me feel like
I'm just saying.
1998, I was 18, bro.
Wait, no, you was grown in 1998. Some of us were still kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Travis is old, by the way, if you didn't know. He's like 40 years older than the rest of us.
How do you know Daniel's not that old?
Well, if he is, then you're as old as Travis. He's like 40 years older than the rest of us.
Hey, I can't help it, man.
I'm 50. I'm 58, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he's older than you.
No, I'm joking.
Damn, I'm still the oldest one in the room.
Hey, Malcolm got quiet down in that chair.
I was like, oh man. Well, listen, that's what we do on this show. We offend people. So.
No, we just have some fun. We like to laugh. And you fit right in with the crew, Daniel. I mean, it seemed like you got our sense of humor and our sense of comedy.
Daniel, I do got some questions for you. Now, I know you guys are releasing on November 11th. Do you got any festivals in mind, different things like you want to go out and show it or anything lined up?
So we had our world premiere at the Glasgow Film Festival back in March, which was just it was honestly like for a film like ours, which we really came out of left field, like out of nowhere. And to be welcomed there was just such a joy, such a dream. Then we did Brooklyn Film Festival for a U.S. premiere, which was incredible. Love that festival. Love the people who run it as well. We did Buffalo International Film Festival, another treat. Everyone's just running such great festivals at the ones we did, at least. It's just awesome. It's actually playing tonight in the Arctic. Yellowknife in Canada. It's a really cool festival, Yellowknife International Film Festival. It's playing at, if anyone's out in the Arctic right now, go to the go to the Capitol Theater in Yellowknife. It's playing at 9:30 their time.
Nice.
And and it just did Girona Film Festival in Spain.
Wow.
But we're wrapping up at least most of the festivals for this time because we're going to be releasing North America on Tuesday. So and then I don't know, who knows? Maybe we'll do some others after. But as many opportunities to show the film.
Many screens
I will obviously
you can get
take
on.
those.
Oh, I got to tell you, Daniel, we'll definitely be looking out for, future projects and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we looked you up on IMDb. Listeners, he's on there. He's definitely been in the film industry for, a couple years now. We just want to give you our biggest support we can with our outreach and tell our listeners to, go check that movie out. Stationed at Home on Apple, and where else was it?
Fandango,
Prime as well. Prime,
Nice.
Fandango.
Yep. Hey, let me ask you this: after the digital release, are you guys going to do any physical too, or?
Yeah, that's another thing as well. DVD also comes out on the 11th. Across North America.
Nice.
Yes, and that can also be pre-ordered now. I'm going to get mine next week as well. Hopefully it arrives then. But yeah, it's DVD and digital for now. And hopefully more to come.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man. Super cool.
So before we let you off here, we're going to play a quick game. It's speed answers here, Daniel. And what I want you to do is just shout out the first thing that comes to mind. And I know it's hard because I'm sure you're a movie buff and you've got all these things, but just the first thing that comes to mind here. So favorite comedy movie?
Fargo.
Favorite action movie?
Kill Bill.
Nice.
Favorite horror?
The Exorcist.
All-time favorite movie?
The Sacrifice by Andrei Tarkovsky.
Okay.
Daniel's my man.
I
like this.
Favorite director?
Tarkovsky.
Favorite actor?
William H. Macy.
Favorite actress?
That one's harder.
All right. Well, listen, you did good with our other answers, and we'll let you off the hook on that. But, our listeners.
Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton.
Okay.
Okay, there you
All
go.
right. Very good. All right. Well, us and our listeners got to know your style. And again, we just look forward to seeing some great success with your movie, Stationed at Home, November 11th, Apple, Amazon Prime, physical copies. Anybody can pre-order them now. So, Daniel, till next time, hopefully we'll talk again in the future.
Thank you, Zach. Really appreciate being here. Thanks, guys.
Coming, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Let's go.
Thank you.
What do we think, gentlemen?
Man, that went good.
It was good.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah, that was a good. It was a great movie, and I liked interviewing him. He was a great. Again, I feel like he could come in this podcast and we can.
Oh
hang
yeah,
out.
he could have been sitting right down here with us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, really
That was
good
a good
dude.
one, man.
Yeah.
we definitely
Super cool.
should. Yeah, so more stuff coming, Travis.
Oh boy, they are knocking on the door, ready to come on the podcast, bro.
We don't want to send out too many spoilers for what's coming in the future, but there's
No,
more of that coming. More.
Well, I
of
made
that
some
coming.
posts today.
True.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
We'll go ahead and spill it.
All right.
We actually signed a deal with Bayview Entertainment. So we're gonna be bringing you tons and tons of directors, actors, producers, brand new movies, all independent. We're gonna open up the pipeline, open up the door, and just let them come in and tell their story and give them a voice. And speaking as an independent filmmaker, it's hard to have that voice and be able to promote your shows and talk about everything and get it all out there for everyone to discover. And that's the hardest thing about independent film is getting someone to discover it. And we're going to be breaking new artists. Every episode's coming up. So, I mean, I'm excited about that.
We're going to be the must-see independent film
We're going to be
podcast show.
Yeah, we're number one, bro. This is going to be
Malcolm just shook his head at it. He said,
No. No.
Calm down, bro.
No.
Calm down, okay?
Who's the other guy? Indie Film Hustle.
I
Bro,
will
back off my tail. Big Hammock Podcast is coming for you, bro.
I will say that we're on that sense. There's definitely like a top 10 or whatever. We're not on that list.
Oh, we will be. We will be. I'm telling you, man, it's coming, man. I got a feeling.
We need your support. Like, share, subscribe, whatever platform, guys. Comment, help us out. Support
Give us over 100 likes on this episode,
We
guys.
appreciate all your love and support. Last thing, thebighammock.com. Don't forget to purchase our movie. See y'all next time. We love y'all.
Nice smell of winter.
Man, you had stupid questions, Travis.
Man.